Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Bane Conquest, issue number 1. This comic right here, this is part of the first part of a 12-issue limited series. We are reuniting Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan, the writer and the artist, respectfully, who created Bane. They're part of the creative team that made Bane in the first place. So now when you look at the interviews with these guys, they're indicating that this is actually a continuation of the Bane story. Now, that actually comes into fairly important play here because there's a lot of stuff here that people are just going to be like, dude, what the frick is going on? And believe me, I also agree. What's going on here? Look, Bane starts off with, he's reunited with Bird, Trog, and Zombie, and they're the original guys who were there in the team, and you just saw a return of them recently in the I Am Bane storyline, which was, oh my god, incredible, over in the Batman comics. So they come upon the ship and they go inside and there's some French terrorist cell inside or whatever, and they beating these guys up, and they come to find out from the shipping manifest that, hey, these weapons that were inside here, I'm talking like thermonuclear style stuff, was actually supposed to go into Gotham City. Now, he calls this his city. That's impressive because he kept on saying his city, his city. So of course we're all thinking it's supposed to be Panadora, but it's not quite that. No, instead he is talking about Gotham. This is where all of the other critics and the reviewers that are looking online are like, oh, what's going on here? Hey. Now, this is my interpretation of this. I believe that this is in the past. I could be wrong. Maybe I am. But I believe that this story was in the past based on that interview. That this is actually right around or immediately after the Nightfall situation. But I'm thinking it's right around there. Anyway, so this first part is called The Sword. And now I already mentioned the creative team, but I'm going to go into a little bit of explicit detail about Gregory Wright, who did the colors. Now, I never do that, right? I almost never talk about the colors in this, but here's the thing. While the writing is boom and the pencils are boom on point, and also Graham Nolan did the inking in this, and it shows. It's good stuff. It's very good stuff, but the colors in this, I have never, I don't recall ever seeing camouflage done quite so well before. Maybe it's just because the computer program this guy was using, this is Gregory Wright, but I am so impressed with the way that this was done. It's just beautiful. The camouflage on this. I know it sounds really weird to be gushing over this, but the shadowing and the lighting on the guns, everything that's done on here, I just really like it. I also, again, back to the basic art, I like that sometimes you see a background that's done fairly well, and then you see no background at all, just a white background. They don't waste time with this comic. They just give you what they got to give you, and they give it to you hard and fast. So they go back and they trace everything they got to trace to get back to find out exactly what's going on, and through beatings and torture and all the things that Bane will typically do to get his answers, he actually goes and he finds out that it's a guy named Damocles, who's basically starting an invasion of Gotham City, slowly. So he goes directly to his base of operations, gets electrocuted, gets caught. Now this guy Damocles, I've never seen him before. I've never seen this guy before, and basically he's just some dude who karate chops the tubes coming to the back of Bane's head so that he's cut off from his venom supply. Now, for looking ahead into the story plot of other comics, part 2 and 3, respectively, it looks like two things specifically are going to happen. One, he's going to go to prison, and I don't know, man. Do you know who Bane is? You're going to try and put Bane in prison? Like, that's who he is, man. He's the guy who escapes from unescapable prisons. Inescapable? Inescapable. They both have their own meaning. So, and then the third one, for sure, he's going to be hooking up with Batman at some point. Guys, again, I'm going to stick with my original idea that this is a story that's actually done in the past, not a current thing, but regardless, I'm going to give this comic a B+. This was hard-hitting, exciting. The end leaves you a little bit like, hold on, what's going on? Bane's the man, and some guy just drops him like that, like faster than Batman could drop him. That's just a weird thing. But you know what? I'm willing to stop and wait and see what's going on here because this looks like some really good stuff. Guys, don't forget to check the description below and check out my Bane Explained in a Minute. It's going to help you out in case you have any questions about who Bane is. And I do it in about a minute. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.